everybody, welcome back to the channel. I found another pumpkin beer yesterday. We have New Holland Icabod Pumpkin Ale. It's made in Holland, Michigan, and it's 4.5% alcohol by volume. And this one has pumpkin, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So, no ginger. Just pumpkin, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So this one actually has pumpkin in it. It doesn't have just the spice. It has actual pumpkin. So it's tastes a little bit different. You can hear check the artwork. It's got pumpkins and tombstones, great headstones, whatever you're going to call them. I wish it had the Headless Horseman on it. That would be cool. Somewhere I have... No, I don't. Don't think I have one that's got a Headless Horseman on it. From a long time ago. And again, the artwork's the same on the can. And we'll do this one, Wake Up Dead. And the pull tabs are orange. Not that I say pull tabs. Alright, let's just flip this around to the clear side so we can get a good look at the pour. Check out that nice orange color. That would be the pumpkin. The ones that have the spice, along with the pumpkin, you have more of a red, more of a brown color. But like I said, the ones that have pumpkin in them have more of an orange color. It's nice. The thin head on this is not heavy. My nose is a bit stuffy. Smelling like a little pumpkin, but again, it's this time of year. My nose isn't working right. You get the cinnamon and nutmeg up front. And then the pumpkin comes up. So once you let it warm up in your mouth a little bit, you taste more of the pumpkin. Again, it's very pleasant. And yeah, and there we go. Now the pumpkin and the cinnamon are playing together, and it's more of a sweet pumpkin cinnamon. The taste is reminiscent of a cider. It's not a pumpkin cider, it's a pumpkin ale. But because it has pumpkin in it with the cinnamon and the nutmeg, it's reminiscent of like it's got a cider-like taste to it, which is nice. The flavors play together very well. That time I got a little bit more nutmeg. What do I think? I like it. I don't think I've ever had a pumpkin beer that I did not like. Pumpkin ciders, on the other hand, are hit and miss. They're okay, but those are basically pumpkin flavored apple cider. I would love to see somebody making pumpkin cider where you make it like apple cider, where you squeeze it and get the juice. Make it from pumpkin. But that may or may not ever happen. But yes, that's where that is. The taste is reminiscent of a cider. It's warm and cinnamony and sweet with a little bit of nutmeg. Another thing it kind of reminds me of is pumpkin squares or the pumpkin pie you get in the grocery store. You know, the one that's not the gourmet fancy, but the ones that have just mostly the pumpkin custard that has just the cinnamon and nutmeg and none of the other spices. Kind of like that too. So it's kind of like a cider kind of flavor or a grocery store pumpkin pie. The one that doesn't have all the spices in it, just enough spice to make the pumpkin not quite so pumpkin-y, if that's the word, to make it taste more like a dessert and less like a side dish. All in all, it's up there, like I said, with the others. And it's kind of, in a way, almost hard to compare the pumpkin ales and pumpkin stouts that actually have pumpkin in them with the ones that have just the spice. Because there's the pumpkin spice ale, pumpkin spice beers, and then there's the pumpkin ale, pumpkin. So I like all of them, whether it's pumpkin pie spice flavored or pumpkin flavored with the actual pumpkin and the spice. I like them all. I have yet, to find one that I'm disappointed in. I think there was one last year when I was still in the Airbnb that I wasn't overly fond of. I think I'd have to go back through my library from last year. But on the whole, I've never flat out, that I can recall, ever said I didn't like one. I might like one less than some of the others, or some more than the others, but I've never really had any that I can recall that I flat out didn't like. So there you have it, another good pumpkin ale. This one, because it's a little sweeter with the cinnamon and the pumpkin, and the nutmeg kind of brings that warm burnt flavor on the end. Kind of like that one I had where it tastes like burnt pumpkin pie. The nutmeg on the end kind of reminds me a little bit of that, kind of like a pumpkin pie. And the nutmeg gives it just a little bit of a charred flavor, a little bit of a burnt, spicy back note, end note, whatever you want to call it. Again, if you can find any of the other, pumpkin beers that we've tried on this channel, I would suggest a mixed flight. You could do a mixed flight with fall beers, or you could do a mixed flight with just pumpkin. With all of the ones that we've done on this channel since last year, and even this year, you could literally make a flight with just pumpkin. And that might be something worth trying this time of year. If you, like I said, if you could still get pumpkin, because we're coming up closer to Christmas, and for some reason the pumpkin ales and pumpkin stouts, pumpkin hard coffees, which are also good, tend to peter out around Thanksgiving. Christmas goes into some other flavors. And if we can find some Christmas ones, maybe we'll delve into that as well. We'll see. There is one that I had thought about getting at Kroger that had chocolate notes and something else, but I decided not to get that one, I think. Anyway, I don't remember, because my brain is a bowl of spaghetti right now, because I'm coordinating between getting stitched to the vet, and that's basically having to let my carpool know that I'm not riding with them on Sunday and Monday, but then I am riding with them on Wednesday because I have to work one of my days off. So I have to get that taken care of and coordinate with them. My ride Sunday to take Stitch to the vet, unfortunately, please keep her in your prayers. She has multiple health issues and she is in the hospital, so please pray to whoever you pray to that she'll be okay. I'm not mentioning her name, just she's a friend of mine and a coworker, and she was going to be nice enough to take Stitch and I to the vet Sunday and then pick him up Monday, but with her health being an issue, that's not happening. Another friend of mine has agreed to step in and help us out, which makes me very happy. I'm just not sounding very upbeat right now. Again, because I've got so many things going on right now. I'm tired, I'm stressed. The demands they're making at work are once again ridiculous, and I'm not going to go into details on that either, because we are going to try and keep this upbeat. So, okay. But that's why I'm not so cheerful, and I've already mentioned that before. Things are just kind of wonky right now. So back to the beer. Again, this is up there with all the other ones I've liked. The pumpkin and the pumpkin spice are basically two different animals as far as I'm concerned, but yet they're the same because they're all considered together. They're pumpkin spice or pumpkin and spice, and this is up there with them. There are some that I didn't like very well, but I don't have any that I didn't dislike completely. Okay, I think I said that right. All right. Again, what do I think? This would be good in a mixed flight. To wrap all this up in a nice little bow with a skull on it. If you can get pumpkin still, and you have another, one last party coming up before Thanksgiving, or if you can get stuff and still get it in time for Thanksgiving, a mixed pumpkin flight would be great. If you can't, then do a mixed flight with this or any of the other pumpkin ones you can still get, and mix them together, and then add some of the other holiday offerings that are out there to make a holiday mixed flight. Again, we're past Halloween for most people, but for me, Halloween is all year round. So we have to kind of flow with the holidays for suggestions. So that's that. Pumpkin flight, if you can do it, mixed pumpkin. If you can't do that, this one, if you can find it, with some other pumpkins mixed with some of the other holiday spice and chocolatey orange, whatever is out there, for a holiday flight, which would also be kind of fun. I think your friends would enjoy it if they like a good craft beer. And I'll let you guys go for now. Again, don't drag and drive, let the other monsters drive the hearse. It can be Halloween all year round. So let it be Halloween. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to see me in your box. And I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.